So this is actually going to be like day number one of really trying to do raw, really having some good supplies to do it. I kind of told myself I was going to do it a couple days ago and then, ended up having some horrible foods later. Really anything for me is going to be a win right now to stop eating all this like crappy, foods. And I think I have my backup system planned out too. Like my backup system, I'm going to have toast there because this special brand of toast the bread is just lower fat. It's very healthy. It's organic and it's vegan, of course. And I feel like that's a good backup because, rice is my other backup, like sushi, just because it's so light and so clean. And I feel like sushi is it's just so good, and I can have it home or I can have it out. It kind of takes away all the excuses and I can eat it without adding a lot of different things to it, if that makes sense. So that's, have my backup plan, even though I'm not trying to use it very often. I'm going to allow myself to do that. I'm not going to, slip up once and then say, oh my gosh, I can't do this. I'm not going raw. Again, this is something I'm committed to. So, and that is why I'm sharing with you guys and staying accountable. So again, if anybody wants to join me, jump right in and let me know. I will talk to you guys soon. Hey guys, so I actually went downstairs and realized that I had plenty of food right now already prepped up that I really don't need to be wasting my time on prep right now, basically. So I just grabbed this Datorade that I actually made a couple days ago, and it's got just vanilla, Datorade with vanilla. It's just a pretty small one. I thought it sounded great to start off the day and it needed to be used anyway. So I have this and then another one, which I believe is cherries, which should still be good as well. And so I'll be having that for the second part of my breakfast. Hey Fruit Faces, so I am just doing some work and I want to show you I'm sticking to the raw stuff. I am drinking cherry juice, basically a cherry smoothie, just cherries and water and that's it. It's so good. And I made this yesterday morning. Still so good. Hey Fruit Faces, it is Clary Berry and I just want to kind of talk with you guys for a second about why I didn't really go raw all at once. I mean, it wasn't like I didn't try, but I finally realized, okay, I'm not just going to do this in one night or 2 nights or 3 nights. It's going to be more of a process for me. And I feel like part of it is getting rid of old foods that are weaknesses that I have to have. I just bought a bunch of bread, getting in this new mindset, having this new meal plan, being able to go to the store, at the beginning of the month and buying a bunch of stuff, or getting into a good routine and just even having 1 week where I had a bunch of good raw stuff on a plan is going to be better than spending $40 at the store one afternoon because I thought I wanted to do it and I thought that would be enough. Like, I really think it's gotta be a commitment. You gotta have a plan, you gotta go through with it, and you gotta really, to me, what I've noticed from trying to do it so far is that I, in the past have actually gained weight on raw because I end up eating higher fat. Because I'm not getting enough calories and enough carbs. And so again, the butternut squash focus on that, on squash and peas is going to be huge for me. And I really hope that that works. I think that it will. I know they don't cook those peas, so even though they're frozen, it's just going to be the best way for me to do it. And I've had this pea curry soup before, and it's delicious, and I can make a good, I'm sure I can figure out some kind of a raw, and not only getting the food and planning on the food and having the financial side and then getting it all prepped and then having, this is why I just don't think it can be like this, crazy challenge, let's do it right off the bat. I mean, some people may be able to do that, but when you're feeding kids, when you have all these other issues, it's just really a little bit more hard. You just got to put a little bit more effort into it. So that's why I've been kind of starting to get the pedals going, starting to get the food ready, starting to get my recipes ready, and I'm almost there. I think July 1st will be perfect. I'm going to try to go all day today. Don't get me wrong, but I will keep you guys updated and let you know how it goes. Okay, so this is the Datorade that I showed you earlier, and this is the black cherry smoothie that I also showed you earlier. The Brussels sprouts were just for the kids. I made them on the George Foreman grill, so that's a very convenient way to cook those, especially in the summertime. Okay, so this lovely butternut squash. It's nice and fresh. I froze the other 3, and I'm just going to put a little bit of pico in here maybe, and just make a really quick type of a salad. I might even throw some of these extra flavors in. So I'm working on this big salad all day. I'm really excited.
Lay down. Yeah, but he's gonna move when zombies are right there. He's just gonna sprint away and you're gonna get shot. Ghost pepper? No. You're gonna have to wear like swim goggles. Oh wait, don't we have?
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do with that. So it's got a good amount of spice since I put so much pico in there. So I went ahead and added 2 dates. So, and some spices, as you can see. So we'll see how it tastes after that. Okay, so I went ahead and added a little turmeric in there. If you guys can see that or not. And I think it needs a little bit of apple cider vinegar. So I'm gonna find that and put that in there too. Okay, so after the dates, I added some limes. I added about 4 or 2 or 3 small limes. And it's so delicious. Now, I think what I'm just gonna do, this is kind of gonna be unconventional, but I'm just gonna go ahead and pour this all in here. So it's gonna be like a soup slash a salad with a really, because there's no lettuce in this, so it's not gonna get soggy. It's only like celery and carrots, so it's kind of like a soup that becomes, you know, smooth and chunky elements at the same time, and a little bit of salad in there. So again, this is kind of odd. I've never tried this before, but it's really good.
60,000, or yeah, 6,000.
It's so refreshing. You can just feel like when you eat it that you know that this is what you should be eating. Wow. And I could flavor this up a different way. I think I'm just going to have this with peas all the time. Literally. So I'm going to say raw. It's my secret weapon, guys. Hey guys, I just want to let you know how I did for the rest of the night. What I did is I ate a lot of that butternut squash mixture. I was just eating kind of the salad, getting nice bites of celery and cute cauliflower. And I ate most of the butternut squash that was just soupy. That was like honestly what was hitting the spot the most, because obviously it's the most carbs. And I felt actually really, really bloated this day. And actually, no, I think it was the day before this when I had kind of tried to also go raw. Like I was so bloated because I was trying to eat these huge salads with a lot of different things in them. But I wasn't getting enough carbs, so I was having like to eat later, and my digestion just was shit. It was not good. And I think that's, you know, probably kind of what happens to a lot of people when they start to eat a lot more raw foods. Oh, I need some of these vegetables, but I don't need to sit there and be like chomping on them all. So what I did was, when there was like hardly any left, you know, that I could scoop out, there was still some surrounding all the vegetables. I just dumped it back into the blender, blended it all up together. It was even better at this point. I think that might have been when I added about 3 tablespoons of sunflower seeds and 1 Brazil nut. Actually, I ate half the Brazil nut and then put the other half in there. I eat those for selenium and basically for nutrients, but it did take it to another level. It made it more crunchy to have that, you know, that chew bite, you know, and obviously it made it more nutty flavor. And so it was good. And we were going to a baseball game that day. So what I did was I just went ahead and put it into a smoothie bottle. I was going to say blender bottle. I put it into a bottle and I took it with me. And so when we got there, you know, I'm drinking my water or whatever, and I went ahead and had that. And I only had part of it. It was very filling. You only need a little bit, you know, at a time. And I just kind of nursed it, you know, you could say, kind of like I was doing with the salad. And then, so after we got home, we're on the couch watching a movie or something, and I was still drinking it. I noted how great I felt. The boys were munching. They always have to get their, you know, bedtime snack or whatever. And so I made a bad choice. I was sitting there thinking, okay, I'm going to let them have the chips. It's, you know, 4th of July weekend, you know, go ahead, whatever. And I was kind of hoping, okay, they'll take it over to the table, which is what they're supposed to do. But since I was sitting on the couch, they like wanted to come and sit with me. They just kind of came over and sat with me. And I was like this close to telling them take it to the table. keep it away from me because I knew like if it was right there, it'd be a lot harder. And I did pretty well, even for like a few minutes or whatever. I was just chilling, I was thinking how satisfied I was. Like I noticed my body, which I don't, a lot of times at night, I'm so undercarbed or what, for whatever reason, unsatisfied. And I'm like, I don't care how my body feels. I need food to get in my body. So that's why I'm leaning towards this like cook food addiction idea a little bit more, because I was in control of this decision. It was really interesting. And like I said, it was so satisfied because obviously I felt like this food was all I needed and nothing I didn't. And my body was responding in the same way to as my taste buds were. So I finished it off and I was sitting there like, I could totally do this. I know I can do it. I know I could either get up or tell them to move or something, but I made a couple of excuses. I decided it would be like, I don't know. I think in the back of my mind, I think it's like bonding to eat with my family. So, and I don't usually have chips and I don't usually have salsa. So that was kind of like, okay, well, this is going to be a special occasion. You might as well do it now so you don't regret it later. And also the fact was, it was the 30th day of June. It was June 30th and I hadn't really set my mind to going raw. I gave myself a back door. So, and I said, well, I'll start July. So I went ahead and ate a bunch of chips, probably at least 2, maybe 3 servings or so of just tortilla chips, organic blue tortilla chips with the salsa. And then after that, I went ahead and had 2 pieces of bread or it's a nice organic bread, real low fat, and had that with blackberry jam. I was having like a dark craving. But I woke up the next day and despite eating a ton of chips right before bed, I still lost 2 pounds. So just thought I'd share. Stay tuned because I'm really doing it, guys. I got 1 day raw under my belt. Watch out for that video soon and many more to come. I know I can do this. I'm so amped up. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye.